the block, take the Garden State Parkway instead. We also, in New Jersey, have 78
This is
problems.
Orchard Beach.
78 local lanes. Near exit 58 for 1 and 9 in Newark, this crashed right there. One lane is blocked. Portion of the Express
Going
lane.
into
We also
City
take Route
Island.
22 as an alternative. Let's check the Hudson, see if we can detail about bridges and tunnels.
So this is City Island. This is where when you want to eat fish. This is where you come eat some fish.
Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of
Well,
accidents happen
the
across
American
country.
style
We see it
fish.
every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit 20people.com for an office near you. I'm going to check out accident forecast. Meteorologist Joe Lumber. So pretty much kind of
Where you have Sammy's.
a little cooler. Get that breeze.
They are like one of the most, I guess, famous one over here. Because they've been on the island for a while. See, that's the river or the beach over there. So gotta go over a bridge. Everywhere in New York you have to go over a bridge. New York is just a big island. To get from one to the next, you have to the seashore. So not a seafood place. So when I name this Amara, Visamara. But this look like a steakhouse seafood. This one is Seafood City. If you want just hang out on the boardwalk, that's a good little spot to go. This is Big Mars on City Island. City Island? About to pick up someone, so this is where this one stopped for now.
Eagle with that final call on CBS Sports. Wolverines hold off the Huskies. Are really the key places.
Plans for a new kids area and a picnic lawn have been a little concerned.
Maybe where you're going to bring in more people is usually not so good for birds.
Especially the ones that use the ground to eat.
There are a lot of unknowns. One is what are the kids going to do to the habitat in general?
He does like that the project includes removing non-native species and installing a pollinator garden. Mac Rosenberg, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM. Offset has been shot. The spokesman tells TMZ the rapper is fine, that he's stable and is being closely monitored. This happened in Hollywood, Florida. So far, no official details from police except that it was outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino at around 7 last night. They also say 2 people have been detained.
These artists, I tell you, they won't leave the gangster life alone.
Authorities say Lynette Hooker was with her husband Brian when they left Abigail Inn.
Until they meet their demise. Everybody want to be gangster. Alright. Gangster till you get a gangster bullet in your gangster body.
Last March, the State Department issued a travel advisory
Let me see how that gonna work out. It's crazy, people. Y'all making money, stay out of trouble. It's just that simple. You're making money, stay out of trouble.
It was all part of her healing process.
Lisa Lindell was snorkeling off Boca Grande near Fort Myers on Florida's southwest coast when a shark nearly bit off.
Even when you're not making money, stay out of trouble.
Construction workers rushed to help, saving her life.
Just don't make no sense.
Surgeons were able to reattach her hand. Nadia Lindell says Leo wanted to return to the site of the attack.
You know, I don't understand how people turn their nose up against when kids take taxi. Do you know that when school is in, you are more busier than when school is out as a taxi driver? Because you have so many people as parents who have to take a taxi because they don't want to catch the bus nor the train because of whatever reason maybe to get them a little bit quicker. Don't have to be up and down the stairs, especially for the train. Oh, people, this is Tremont. I'm driving in Tremont in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people don't understand. So the taxi driver, the best time is when school is in session. Cause
Wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak.
when school is in session,
Generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com.
people take taxi.
chefiq.com.
All right, 2 words I can't believe I'm reading in this forecast, Joe. Freeze watch? What?
You're not a fan of that, I take it.
Oh.
It's just part of the pattern that we're in the month of April. Back and forth, we're still dealing with some cold air mass that occasionally will wander into the north behind fronts like the one coming through this morning. And then you get the warm days like we had on Saturday and last Friday. And we're not going to see much in the way of warmth the next couple of days. Clouds and sunshine today, maybe a sprinkle in the next couple of hours, but that's about it for our precipitation. The wind will be picking up later this morning, and that's going to start chillier here.
Just make you wonder, man. You know, it's just like what this president is doing. Like, honestly, I don't think he's thinking before he's even speaking. But when it comes to, let's think about immigrants. How much immigrants contribute to this country? It's ridiculous. Huh? Show me which other country economically move money more than this country.
enforcement
Hmm?
at the FBI focus.
Why is that?
Doing everything we can to stop this abuse. Schottenheimer telling 1010 Wins he thinks fellow lawmakers will get behind this. These bills sometimes take time.
Because
It's the kind of bill when you get the reaction to it, when you say, like, you're going to abuse an animal, you're going to pay the price. You have a lot of my colleagues saying,
there's so many
let's
people.
do that. That's exactly the kind of legislation we should be getting behind. Schottenheimer to unveil the legislation at 11 this morning at Worth Dog Park in Westwood alongside animal rescuers and elected officials from Bergen County. Folks are finding lead. What has become the largest income group in the U.S. Findings from census figures reviewed by the nonpartisan American Enterprise Institute say it's the upper middle class. Households earning about $154,000 to about $462,000 for a family of four. Now 31% of U.S. households. An
This is
increase in dual
Eastchester.
families and professional gains for women fueled income gains. says
Williamsburg.
AEI. But the numbers don't show why so many Americans feel financially stretched. AEI suggests it's traditional financial milestones being harder to achieve. That's Michael Toscano. So by comparison, 31% in 2024 versus 1979, when only about 10% of households were considered upper middle class. These days, if you're a skilled sewer, you could be a hot commodity. It's getting harder to find a good team to follow the heyday. Dressmakers, ready-to-wear, and clothing. The world of alterations alters due to ready-to-wear fashion and the craft aging out. One tailor in Manhattan who is in his 60s told the Associated Press he's encouraging the younger generation, many who are his clients, to take up the craft, saying AI can't do everything, especially when it comes to a person's body and skills needed to get the right fit. Michelle Francis, ABC News.
And that's the thing. These kids, they don't realize certain things that they have that they can do and create wealth for themselves. And that's the problem. There's so much wealth that are being left out on the
People can come and get this information
road.
About the right school for them. That's Heather Bosch, Best Law School, Stanford, Best for a Master's in Education, the University of Wisconsin at Madison, Best for Fine Arts, Yale. Think you're a good tipper? There's a new list out of the best tippers by state. New York and New Jersey fell below average at 18.6%. Nationwide, the Toast Restaurant Trends report finds the average was 19.2%. The biggest tippers are in Delaware, West Virginia, New Hampshire, and Indiana. Diners there leaving roughly 21% or higher. The worst tippers, California and D.C., where most people leave less than 18%. And this footnote,
Because people can't afford it.
on data from restaurants that use the Toast platform, also cash.
Everything is expensive already.
We now know what show will take over Stephen Colbert's time slot next month. CBS to move Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed up to the 11:35 hour.
No, man. Going down to have kids, and I have kids. I don't have a house, and my wife and kids don't have a house. My kids are gonna try and come over. I'm like, oh no, Daddy lives alone.
This game show, Funny You Should Ask, will land in the 12:37 spot. The Late Show airs its finale on May 21st. Now that the FDA has removed warning labels, certain menopause drugs are having a hot minute. But not everyone is jumping on the bandwagon. Randy Magruder, a librarian in Dallas, says she's not thrilled about her symptoms or doing it. It comes in my algorithm, the info. I kind of don't want to see it.
People don't understand this hot flash thing is a real thing for females. When you're there with older females, you will understand that it is a real thing. It really is a real thing, people. It is.
Still are my kind of gold standard for my patients.
That's Jennifer King. Recent studies have shown that a major study from 25 years ago that claimed hormone replacement therapy dramatically increased the risk of getting breast cancer was seriously flawed. Now this message injures the law office of Isaac Abrahams and Representatives. Call 646-499-3131.
Multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying
Williamsbridge
clients for up to
Road.
21 years. If you were exposed to these photos at work or at home, your rights are
And Maris Park Avenue in the Bronx. Nice girl, you're looking nice. Your hair look nice and fluffy.
So I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them. Beautiful shop on a degree.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
I don't know why my engine come like I said, it shakes much, it shake the camera. I may just change all of the engine mode. I don't know, boy. This car won't drive me crazy. But I won't let it.
People are willing to die. President Trump says out loud what he threatened on social media. Burning, exploding, and never to be used again. I mean, complete demolition. He's given Iran till 8 tonight to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Mayor Montelli marks 100 days in office by announcing 100,000 potholes have been filled. Governor Hochul also announcing a pothole list. NJT riders during the World Cup will tell you what's in the works. The Artemis 2 astronauts now headed back home. And that's after taking the ride their lives around the moon.
Just think about that. A country will bring people to the moon. That is something else, boy. Alright, the moon is not hot, but it's bright. How then get up to the moon with that the type of brightness? And you know what I love to know? Can you like how then go for the moon? Obviously they never land on the moon. Back in the 50s then said then they land on the moon. What think about that? The first flight to the moon was in the 50s. The 50s, you know. So if the first flight was in the 1950s, close to 1960, something like that, right? How it take them so long to go back to the moon? That me not understand either. Like, if you do it already, it shouldn't be that hard to do it again. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why it take them so long to go back to the moon. And even the problem with them did I have with this spaceship, where it pretty much them have toilet problem. The toilet keep on messing up. I don't know.
But says Iranians would actually welcome the strike. Be willing to suffer that in order to have freedom of thought. Bank on Washington.
Israel's military today sent out warnings in Farsi.
What kind of freedom can you have when you damage the people in the country? How them I gonna have? Brother, I don't know, man. This war just need to stop. You know, these people, all of them is just some big babies, yo. Every last one of them from both sides, like, just make no sense at all what they are doing. You know, not destroy these countries. I want to expect people to survive. How people to continue them life. You know? Bro, it's not nice, man.
Group called out Palantir for
Orange, Kenilworth, Staten Island, Old Bridge, and Tom's River. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. There's never been a better time to sell. No
I tell you, there are some people in the morning, then just come like them a take on the world. I tell you, boy. So early in the morning, now you look like the world is on your shoulder. You're looking at Jerome Avenue, people. Jerome and Mercy. Mercy and Jerome.
10-10 wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world. Good morning, we're at 48.
Mercy and Jerome Avenue.
Tuesday, April 7th. I'm Scott Stanford. Here's what's happening.
Tell you.
President Trump doubling down on his deadline tonight for Iran to open up the trade. Burning, exploding, and never to be used again. Three-bedroom rents spiking in the last 3 months. Yeah, they are. Rapper Offset's been hospitalized after being shot last night in Florida. Mickey D's CEO finally speaks out on what went down after his dainty Big Arch Burger bites went viral. Checking sports, Michigan, last team standing in the NCAA 20.
Tell you, these people, brother. It is amazing.
There's a crash out there. One lane is blocked. Finish is 622. The express lanes are for you. Or Route 22 itself. That could work out. Westbound 80.
Amazing. This is Jerome Avenue, people. Jerome Avenue. That's 178. Macombs Road. Macombs Road. Inglewood to the right. It sure is. This is what people voted for. This is what you voted for. War. 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 What them really fighting for? War. War. Well, if a DJ of the year, them have to work for that. They must see me and me girl, them in a comeback. It take two for quarrel. After that, the attack clock scores. They never realize it, Tupac never hear. Biggie never seen her, he never take heed. And kill him and left him baby mother, she a breed. War, 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 war. Tell me what you're fighting for. Why? You cannot do that. You cannot do that. This is Macom's Road in the Bronx, people. Macom's Road. Macom's Road. Chastity. I'm gonna put up a new building there, so people. Tell you them building that can't go up so quick. It's crazy. This is Nelson. You know Nelson Avenue in the Bronx.
There's a renovation project set for Prospect Park that's going to give a little makeover to around 8 acres of land. And it's concerning some folks in the birdwatching community. Why? Well,
mass transit. The Artemis 2 astronauts now
Bed
headed
bugs.
after taking the ride of their lives around the moon. In sports, Michigan beat UConn to win the NCAA tournament. Knicks won, Mets and Yanks both off. AccuWeather sun and clouds today, there's chilly breeze and a high of 52. With news time 8:01, back to the roads and rails. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Karen Stewart.
It's not so bad out there right now. In Queens, you do have an accident.
This is West 135th and Amsterdam, people.
We've got eastbound delays to go back to Morristown. And we've got westbound delays to go back to the Van
So if you know Amsterdam Avenue in Manhattan, that's that right here.
But he's only on the right shoulder. Westchester, Greenburg, New York, with the framework at C4 Road. On the right shoulder, no big deal there. Good about Hutch, meanwhile. For Mill Road with an exit. You might want to see what they're doing with the throughway. Instead, as we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, the Lincoln, the GW Bridge is down to 15 minutes from all parts. The Lincoln's 30, and the Holland Tunnel is 35. We're sponsored by the American Classical Orchestra.
the American Classical Orchestra brings super stream weekend on period instrument to Carnegie Hall, April 8th, and the Irvington Theater, April 10th. Get your tickets today at ACONYC.org.
President Trump doubling down on his threat to bomb civilian sites in Iran if they don't meet tonight's 8 o'clock deadline to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. That's after Tehran rejected a 45-day ceasefire proposal drafted by Egypt, Pakistan, and Turkey.
Bombing these civilian targets could have devastating consequences for the Iranian people. But the president insists they would be angry if America backs off.
They would be willing to suffer that in order that freedom.
Why bomb those places? If you're gonna bomb, you bomb the military bases. That's what you should bomb. Like, bomb all of the military bases, them. But you gotta bomb place where people have to drive, and yet still you say you are for the people. How that work? I don't know, man. That just don't make no sense.
Have volunteered to sacrifice
That
their
just
lives
don't make
in
no
the war.
sense, people.
Just what New Jersey
131st and
Word of
Amsterdam.
what could be World Cup hell for NJT commuters.
That's a new building them put up on Amsterdam right there, people.
Every MetLife match unless you have a
Right next to the projects.
everyday writers like Jill. She says, talk about disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, if
28 floors, them said that.
more concerned about like the people that are
Nice
leaving
building.
to go to work and stuff. The essential workers like that, homemakers.
You got garage and everything.
They are but then about the people at home. So that's really messed up.
Alright, picking up people.
Amtrak riders during these games.
Eastbound LIE Junction Boulevard. And Junction has an accident in the
126 in Harlem, people.
Westbound delays are slow.
Manhattan.
Heading down to the Bronx, northbound New England Thruway has delays.
That's
North of
where
Broadway.
we are
There's a
at.
broken down car there. One lane is blocked. As we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, the Holland is 35 from the Skyway, 25 from the Newark Bay Extension. The Lincoln is 30, and the George
Golf
Washington
course.
Bridge is glorious. It looks terrific. No more than 10 or 15 minutes delayed.
You see you grown as a brother, that mean me can come around. Come around, come around, come around.
And in New Rochelle, New York, northbound Hutchinson Parkway, exit 18 from Mill Road, we have an accident. We slow down. One lane is blocked. You can try the New England Thruway instead. And the other issue we have is Long Island's Big 3 is the westbound 7 State 32 with an unauthorized tractor trailer, but even he sits over on the right shoulder. Not here bothering anybody. Aaron Stewart sends the wind at 92 FM.
Business owners is teaching budget. Are you looking to earn extra?
Oh, baby, I love you, man. Yes, me friend. Me good friend. They on the street again. Dirt of you.
14 million Iranians, including himself, have volunteered to sacrifice their lives in the war.
What is going on
It's
here?
back and forth today, coming after Iran rejected a 45-day ceasefire proposal drafted by Egypt, Pakistan,
This
and
is
Turkey,
Third
and the president
Avenue,
doubled down
Harlem
on his
people.
ultimatum. President Trump's dire threat to Iran, saying, quote, the entire country can be taken out in one night.
Happened in 2018, causing the transit authority to take half dozen buses out of service in Manhattan. MTA has not commented. Mayor Mamdani joined the city's war against potholes by filling the 100,000th freighter.
Is that the emergency side or not? Might be.
We know that New Yorkers are
It's a busy area.
and they're saying that if you want to believe in the promise of universal child care, you have to show that you can deal with the smallest kind of issues of often middle of the day.
Governor Hochul's DOT crews are plugging 175.
.com discount code news for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Drug free. You make any dog food? Check.
Well, it's the end of the road for Samsung's text messaging app. Smartphone users received alerts yesterday telling them that app's going to be discontinued in July and to download Google Messages as a replacement. Samsung says switching will give Android users the ability to share higher quality photos between their phones and Apple devices. Users will also have access to Google's AI platform, Gemini, which includes an experimental feature called Remix to generate images during conversations. You know, I was just talking to my buddies the other day about how I wish there was one.
Oh, baby, 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 do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Who's talking and taking Duncan to the next level. This summer, Shaq and Warner Brothers Discovery are launching Dunkman, the first professional dunk league.
I want to see who's the best dunker in the world. I mean, because the landscape of the game has changed.
Yeah.
Back when we played, the best dunker was usually the best player in the game. Now, guys that are dunking are not really good enough to play in the NBA, but they're great dunkers.
The inaugural season is going to feature 24 of the world's top dunkers competing across 4 events, vying for a $500,000 grand prize. Shaq's going to serve as the league's commissioner, saying the goal is to showcase the best dunkers in the world. Mickey D's CEO finally used his thoughts on the firestorm he caused by his dainty microbite into his big arch burger.
I think we heard much of that already. This is 78 and Madison, New York City. I'm gonna turn the camera so y'all could see some nice view of the stores. 79 make it right.
Black Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock and Alabama Senator Katie Brick have introduced the HBCU Research Capacity Act.
Madison, deeper Madison. And we are turning in 79th. Don't bomb me, people, me can't just turn like that. Make sure me make the wheel, and me can turn.
While neighbors and friends are seeking prayers.
Alright, boom.
English professor
The bomb Madison, people. Yeah.
Black civil rights activist Fannie Lou Hamer.
Yeah. Welcome to Manhattan, people. You are on 55th and 8th Avenue.
63% of chronically absent, missing 1 out of every 10 school days. That affects how well they do in class.
For the 3rd through 8th graders, for the statewide test scores, only 32% of students who were homeschooled proficient on those English language arts statewide exams.
But ask about this.
She says it's that one window that does not lock in her kitchen. Her son is in Harlem Hospital in stable condition. Easter was not a holy day for crime. A deadly shooting took place in Brooklyn. Police say gunfire broke out Easter evening in front of a deli on Fulton Street in Cypress Hills. 2 men, a 30-year-old and a 50-year-old, were shot multiple times. The younger man died. Police do have an even younger man, a 24-year-old, in custody, facing murder and attempted murder charges. It's complicated. So many factors go into the high absenteeism
You're
of students.
walking.
But the school's chancellor is making it a priority to find a solution. More than 60% of students who live in homeless shelters are chronically absent, and about 1 in 5 change schools during the school year. The Advocates for Children of New York released a report. School Chancellor Tamar Samuels says he will work closely with the group to provide support for vulnerable children. If there's a bed bug infestation on a train or bus, should the MTA be forced to tell you? State lawmakers are considering a bill that could become a law requiring the MTA to tell riders about a bed bug infestation on trains and buses within 24 hours. The bill is sponsored by Assemblyman William Colton and requires the agency to either post a notice on its website or send an alert to riders via email or text.
This is the famous Columbus Circle. There goes Trump Tower right there.
About bringing home bed bugs. How about taking some time to exhale
that's the
and inhale
famous
the beauty of art, which is
Trump
what
Tower.
artist Alethea Brown had in mind when she created her latest show, Beyond Words. She says it will be a show of wisdom, rejuvenation, and zenfulness. There will be art and poetry. See it Tuesday, April 21st at the Leonard Davis Center for the Performing Arts, located on the City College campus. For more on these stories and international, national, state, and local news impacting the Black community, listen to the Black Information Network on the
You're
iHeart
driving
Radio app,
on
or log on to
Broadway.
on social
Broadway.
media, stay connected with the BIN on
Broader
Facebook,
than
Instagram,
Broadway.
and TikTok at Black Information Network. Join our conversation on Blue Sky at Black InfoNet, and follow me at Vanessa Tyler 1 on Instagram. I'm Vanessa Tyler on New York BIN 16.
This is Broadway West. So, well, West 163rd and Broadway.
National nonprofit collaborator of the Black Information Network.
That's where you at right now.
Get the power of knowledge delivered to your phone.
The BIN News This Hour podcast brings you the latest stories impacting our community.
From our perspective, the BIN News This Hour podcast on America's #1 podcast network.
iHeart.
This is Layla Ali, undefeated world champion, Hall of Fame boxer, wellness advocate, and CEO of Layla Ali Lifestyle. My father, Muhammad Ali, was more than a champion in the ring. He was a global voice for courage, conviction, faith, and justice. The Muhammad Ali Center celebrates his life, his principles, and his willingness to stand for something bigger than himself, reminding us of the power of purpose. To learn more about the Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville, Kentucky, visit BINnews.com/history. Once again, that's BINnews.com/history. I'm Layla Ali, and my history lives here.
I'm Bill Black with another Bet You Didn't Know music fact. How many times have you seen the Temptations movie and said this
Good.
line? They coming to see
Buck
me.
up, people.
To see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Maybe there was one somebody. You ever heard Patti LaBelle talk about the time she was engaged?
To Otis Williams of the Temptations. And then he gave me this beautiful ring, and he talked about, what kind of life we're going to have and everything. And I'm saying, yeah, I don't think this is going to work. And the reason I said it is because he wanted me to move to Detroit and start singing. I don't think so.
Where you want the man for
He
that?
was very nice.
Tell me.
The engagement is all.
You go drive up on that man now, you bloody man. Where you want him for that?
I can't make this stuff up.
Yeah,
I'm
tell
Bill
you.
Black, and that's another Bet You Didn't Know music fact on the Black Information Network.
Good health matters. Always remember to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Learn more health tips at blackhealthmatters.com. A message from your home for 24/7 news, the Black Information Network.
Black news from Black journalists.
The Black Information Network.
BIN New York.
where the city listens first.
A 24/7 news network.
Victor Glover is the first black man to go to deep space, while Christina Cook is the first woman, and Jeremy Hansen is the first non-American. For and by the black community.
A lawsuit in the Midwest uncovers what a civil rights attorney believes is a scheme to block black-owned businesses and people from certain areas of a community.
Traffic on Broadway, people.
The judge says former Jackson, Mississippi Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba.
Should I go down to Amsterdam?
Black news first. Unlike your mom, the Black Information Network wants you to talk back. Share your thoughts using the latest version of the iHeartRadio app. Just click the microphone button in the bottom.
I really do say
what's on your mind.
Cell phones have been an integral part of connecting our modern world. But did you know a black nuclear engineer pioneered the technology for them? Henry Thomas Sampson was born in 1934 in Jackson, Mississippi. He earned his bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from Purdue University in 1956.
Obliterated.
Followed by his master's degree from UCLA in 1961 and his PhD shortly after. In 1971, Henry Sampson created the gamma electric cell. This device would produce long-lasting power to satellites. Sampson's innovation caught the attention of the Motorola company, which then placed his patented technology into their telephones. This eventually led to the very first telephone calls being made using cell phones. Henry Sampson passed on June 4th, 2015. His genius and black excellence helped create the globally connected world we share today. For the Black Information Network.
A new destination of inspiration is rising on Chicago's South Side. Opening this June, the Obama Presidential Center will be a world-class campus with a museum, library, and community spaces that invite visitors to reflect, connect, and discover their own power to create change. It honors the legacy of President and Mrs. Obama and the commitment to democracy we all share. To learn more about the Obama Presidential Center, visit binnews.com/history. I'm Mike Stratmana, and my history lives here.
Headlines every 30 minutes. Breaking news at once.
The Black Information Network.
BIN New York.
Born of the boroughs.
Here's what's trending this hour. President Trump says he's going after the person who allegedly leaked information about the rescue operations involving 2 downed American airmen. Millions in the Northeast are bracing for a spring blast of winter weather. And NASA's Artemis II and Mission Control are back communicating after a roughly 40-minute communications blackout. The loss of signal was planned as the 4 astronauts traveled around the far side of the moon. The mission ends this Friday. I'm Amber Payton, and that's what's trending.
Sports on the Black Information Network. March Madness is over. Michigan claims the championship and cuts down the net after taking down UConn and Indianapolis, Indiana. And the W. A fan favorite in Chicago is being shipped south.
The black of the day,
Will the Atlanta Dream when the W season gets underway next month?
I just want my games to speak for itself. The most important thing for me is to win.
The Chicago Sky will take #1 draft picks over the next 2 seasons.
And Detroit, after trailing by 10, has taken the lead.
Your street is closed. I need to go pick up, bro. I am going to be at 1 Broadway and 64th Street. Don't say that. There was an accident up by my hill. Hey Angela, morning again. May I hear one accident.
Unfunded. He says the current bipartisan bill passed by the Senate funding DHS minus ICE and Customs and Border Patrol is okay with him because Republicans will pass ICE and CBP funding through the reconciliation process, which does not require Democratic support. A 3-year-old girl separated from her mother after she crossed the U.S.-Mexico border was sexually abused while in federal immigration custody.
This is 34th Street and 6th Avenue, people.
Published a social media video showing the cop being reunited with her father in Chicago. Her father is a legal permanent resident. The girl arrived in the U.S. along with her mother back in September. Agents with Customs and Border Protection separated them after they charged the mother with making false statements. The child was then transferred to the custody of the Office of Refugee Resettlement. Last year, while she was in OR care, the girl's foster parent noticed her underwear was on backwards, and according to the
It looked like a mess.
it was discovered the girl had been sexually abused multiple times by an older child in the home. The toddler underwent a forensic examination and an evaluation.
Hopefully down this side on 34. Going this way, much better. Hopefully. Turn this so you get a ticket. When you're in Manhattan, you gotta check these things, make sure there's no restriction. If not, you pick up a nice ticket. It's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. except Sundays. No left turn. 34th and Park Avenue.
BIN 1600, your home for Black News First. A Bronx mother is furious at her landlord. Her 5-year-old fell out of a 3rd-floor window. He's alive. Just a couple of broken teeth, broken rib, and cut chin. The boy's still in the hospital, but the mother says she told her landlord in the building at Washington Avenue and East 167th Street to fix the windows. The family was home taking a nap when her son headed toward the window. The banging at her door woke her up. And then they come and fell out the window. One window that does not lock in her kitchen. Her son is in Harlem Hospital in stable condition. Easter was not a holy day for crime. A deadly shooting took place in Brooklyn. Police say gunfire broke out Easter evening in front of a deli on Fulton Street in Cypress Hills. Two men, a 30-year-old and a 50-year-old, were shot multiple times. The younger man died. Police do have an even younger man, a 24-year-old, in custody, facing murder and attempted murder charges. It's complicated. So many factors go into the high absenteeism of students who are homeless. But the school's chancellor is making it a priority to find a solution. More than 60% of students who live in homeless shelters are chronically absent, and about 1 in 5 change schools during the school year. The advocates for children of New York...
The problem in this world. Tanker explode over in a Panama Canal.
State lawmakers are considering a bill that could become a law requiring the MTA to
tell you something right about now. We don't know what is what in this world no more, yeah? Just live the best you can. Nobody know what tomorrow brings. Nobody knows what tomorrow brings.
How about taking some time to exhale and inhale the beauty of art, which is what artist Alethea Brown had in mind when she created her latest show, Beyond Words. She says it will be a show of wisdom, rejuvenation, and zenfulness. There will be art and poetry. See it Tuesday, April 21st, at the Leonard Davis Center for the Performing Arts, located on the City College campus.
Still on 34th Street, people, and 3rd Avenue. And there's no left turn down here either. Absolutely none.
Social media, stay connected with the BIN on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And Black
So.
Information Network. Join our conversation on Blue Sky at Black Info Net. And follow me at Vanessa Tyler 1 on Instagram. I'm Vanessa Tyler.
Not to pick up a nice fat sweet ticket. So me can't ride, you know, you better make sure me not get no ticket, you know. Yeah, you tell me so me can't come down for it.
Sacrifice and determination to claim citizenship and dignity in America. Learn more about the African American Civil War Museum. Visit BINnews.com/history.
People and them dog.
I'm looking at what the analyst has said. Citi still has a buy rating. It still has an overweight on the stock. Just imagine, if the move holds. Perhaps if this is draft legislation at this point, we'll see if it actually goes through, and then I would imagine that they adjust those ratings accordingly. Okay, what's going on with Universal Music Group? Yes, so billionaire investor Bill Ackman is proposing a bid for this company. This is the world's largest music company. It houses the likes of Taylor Swift, Drake, and Sabrina Carpenter, some big performers there. And the goal is to increase returns on one of the hedge fund's biggest holdings, Pershing Square Capital Management. That is Bill Ackman's firm. It currently controls more than 4.5% of UMG shares, so it is pushing to combine the record label with a U.S. acquisition vehicle, and the targeted value would reflect a premium of 78% of the company's closing price on Thursday. Looking at the stock reaction right now, a U.S. listed shares up 10%, so investors seem to be happy about this.
Going all in on this company in a big way. How about Broadcom?
Yeah, so Broadcom climbing today.
2nd Avenue and 35th
to develop tensor
Street.
processing units. This offers an alternative to technology from NVIDIA. They have a supply assurance pact that runs to
2031. This is according to a filing on Monday. The company's CEO, Hock Tan, had previously discussed this on an earnings call, this collaboration, and he also said that Broadcom expects that its AI chip is going to top $100
That's
billion
where we are
and that would make it a bigger
at.
competitor versus NVIDIA.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Samanova with the stock movers here. For more conversations like this, subscribe to our Stock Movers Reports. Listen for 5-minute audio reports on the biggest winners and losers in the stock market.
So I'm on 2nd Avenue and East 34th Street.
Because it seems like we have this time ultimatum from President Trump for Iran to open up the Strait of Hormuz and perhaps get moved to some level of a ceasefire and peace. So again, the world is on edge here today. Wendy Benjaminson, she's a senior editor for Bloomberg News based in Washington, D.C. Wendy, what's the latest reporting here? We've had a lot of social media posts from President Trump with some pretty...
Come on, lady, walk up, man, walk up, walk up.
Well, that is the latest, is that Trump has posted on social media.
Back in 34th Street, opposite direction.
Will die tonight. He is
Heading to pick up.
to bomb. He had been threatening
Crash
to
your
bomb
car,
power
boy.
plants and desalination plants that the Iranians use to get fresh water, and other civilian infrastructure like roads and bridges, but which has already begun from the Israeli side, although they're targeting roads the military uses primarily. But that's it. I mean, he's really dialing up the threats.
It's pretty going the opposite direction. People with the sun shining the opposite way. So pretty.
To points in the deal he's offering.
So pretty.
Which would be free traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, or will never build
It's a pretty sight.
And therefore, which, you know, isn't going to happen. So pretty much the entire city of Washington is waiting with bated breath, I would say the whole world is, to see what Trump is going to do tonight.
Right, Wendy, and that deadline for tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. What are the folks in D.C. doing between now and 8 p.m.? Are we going to get any significant, I guess, movement or update further from the White House, or is it all just wait and see? I mean, what do we do for the next 10 hours?
Well, Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, was going to have a news conference this morning at 8 a.m. He canceled that. We don't know why. They didn't tell us whether it's because of the attacks off Ark Island or it's because they're busy war planning. You know, we don't know. But he canceled it. That would have been with the Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Dan Kane. They've been doing these once every 10 days or so. We may hear from Marco Rubio this morning. Still not sure whether that's going to happen. Trump doesn't have any public events today. There may be a meeting around 4 o'clock that he opens up to reporters, but right now we are simply relying on those Truth Social posts to know what's going on. And I'd like to point out that that is highly unusual, if not unprecedented, at least in my lifetime. When we're getting so little.
Yes. Wendy, what do we know about any peace negotiations that may be ongoing? Who's involved? Are they taking place? Where are we?
Well, Pakistan, Egypt, and Turkey have been trying very hard to get the two sides to talk. They are passing messages back and forth. Trump claims that's because Iran has no communications network anymore. We don't know if that's true or not. Passing messages back and forth, and Iran, as far as I know yesterday, I haven't seen anything since then.
Maybe that's you.
Yesterday, Iran said, we reject your peace proposal. So that's where we are.